According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 78.6 million adults and 12.7 million children and adolescents are considered to be obese. Are we aware of this epidemic, and what are we doing to stop it? Along with the personal research I've done, I have graduated with a degree in exercise physiology, where I've understood how exercise and dieting affect the body. I've understood through my studies what changes have contributed to the obesity epidemic and what changes must be made to end this epidemic. The simplicity of these changes can be daunting if tackled all at once, but if small changes are made slowly, great changes can be made. If changes aren't made soon, cardiovascular disease and atherosclerosis will claim the lives of future generations at younger and younger ages. To prevent this, I plan to discuss different lifestyle changes that can be made, like environmental factors, diets, and exercise that could save our future generation from lots of unnecessary pain and suffering. Obesity is defined as excess body fat and can be classified by the Body Mass Index scale, or the BMI scale. This is done by taking your weight and height and inputting it into an equation. This will give you a new number that you look on a graph to determine what your number is. If your number is greater than 30, then you are considered to be obese, and if considered obese, are more susceptible to diseases such as atherosclerosis, type 2 diabetes, and hypertension. Atherosclerosis is the narrowing or eventual blockage of your blood vessels due to plaque buildup. This causes your heart to pump harder and have to work harder and put more strain on your heart. Those plaque buildups can also rupture and cause stroke and heart attacks. Damage to the heart or its vessels is known as cardiovascular disease and is the #1 killer of Americans today. Type 2 diabetes is a disease that can be prevented or even reversed if proper exercise and healthy eating are implemented. Type 2 diabetes can cause damage to your kidneys, heart, and blood vessels, which can eventually cause atherosclerosis to occur as well. Hypertension is high blood pressure. This means that your heart is working really hard all the time to get blood to different areas of the body. This puts unnecessary wear on your arteries, causing you to eventually get atherosclerosis and eventually a heart attack or stroke. As you exercise and eat healthier, you can decrease your blood pressure and stop putting so much strain and pressure on your heart. All of these diseases can lead to death. Regular exercise and healthy eating can prevent these diseases and help prolong your life and the lives of your children. There are many environmental factors that have contributed to the increase in obesity. James O'Hill explains this by saying, our current environment is characterized by an essentially unlimited supply of convenient, relatively inexpensive, highly palatable, energy-dense foods, coupled with lifestyle requiring only low levels of physical activity for subsistence. Such an environment promotes high energy intake and low energy expenditure. There are two factors to consider: jobs and the availability of food. According to a survey done by Ergotron, 86% of American workers sit all day at their work. This, combined with our sedentary lifestyle, has brought a decrease in physical activity. Instead of going outside and playing, most lifestyles consist of working, sitting on the couch, and then going to bed. Food has become more readily available and cheap, which has made it possible to eat 24/7 at a cheap price. This has increased the amount of calories that we intake in a day. This, combined with a sedentary lifestyle, are huge factors that have contributed to the increase in obesity. Also, diets. There are many diets that have been introduced to try and fight obesity, but most of the diets today help you lose weight, but don't help you to maintain that weight loss. In an article called "No Cure for Diabetes," the author explains, remember, whatever you choose to do to lose weight, if you stop doing it, the weight's going to come back. What that means, of course, is that if you don't like your life while you're losing weight, you're going to gain your weight back. Putting this another way, whatever strategy you choose for weight management If you see the strategy as a temporary means to an end, this will likely only be temporary. The diets that people start are normally very extreme and aren't meant to be used for a prolonged period of time. The other problem is that there's no diet for everyone. There's no magical diet that's going to cure every person's obesity. That is why you have to determine what diet works best for you. The reason why diets work is because you are taking in fewer calories than you burn. You have to decrease the amount of calories you intake by 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound. People don't understand that these changes can be small and produce the same results. If you cut back on your calorie intake by 140 calories a day, you would lose 1 pound in 25 days. This means just by cutting back 140 calories a day, you can lose 14 pounds in 1 year. I chose 140 calories because that's the amount of calories in a can of Coke. The reason why most people don't do it is because they want to see the results immediately, and counting calories is no fun. But this is an example of how making simple changes can bring about a large transformation. People don't understand that people who lose weight have a harder time keeping the weight off because their body naturally burns fewer calories when they used to weigh more and have lost the weight. Rudy Leibel has contributed much in the understanding of energy metabolism. In his research, he found that a formerly obese person burns 20% less calories than a never obese person of that lower weight. Or in other words, a 200-pound person who weighs 40 pounds burns about 20% fewer calories than someone who is 160 pounds but has never been obese. On top of this, formerly obese persons experience hunger, cold intolerance, and other behavioral and metabolic changes that make sustaining this lower body weight difficult. This is why those who lose weight have to work so hard just to maintain their weight loss. Exercise is beneficial for losing weight for many reasons. As you exercise, you increase the amount of calories you burn throughout the day when you're not doing anything, and for every pound of muscle you have, you can burn more calories just by sitting there. Aerobic, which is like running, and anaerobic, which is like weightlifting, training can combine to produce positive results in weight loss. Finding time to exercise throughout the day. Don't just do one really intense workout in the morning and then sit around the rest of the day. Exercise throughout the day can help you to increase your resting metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories you burn at rest, and can help you fight off the effects of sitting at a desk all day. Something as simple as doing as many push-ups as you can every 2 hours can produce many benefits. You want to incorporate weightlifting into your training program as well, because this can help build muscle in areas of the body that don't get worked when running. There is so much negativity in this world, but the message I bring is a message of hope. The path may seem difficult, but a path without trouble is a path not worth traveling. If we make slight changes day by day, we can see monumental changes in the world around us. Exercising throughout the day and finding ways to stand up and walk around instead of spending all day sitting can bring huge changes. There is no magical diet that works for everyone. Each person must find the diet that works for them and make those changes a lifestyle change. If we make small changes here and there and incorporate those changes into our routine, we can beat obesity and make a better world for our children to come.